Hello and welcome to the Collusion the Gathering final fantasy football podcast. I am a co-host here, Ben Ashworth, and with me is
David Gesslin, the league commissioner. So we are going to break down week one, maybe forecast a little bit for week two at the very end, but this is an overview. We're not going to get into too much nitty gritty here, but we'll definitely break down each matchup.
That's right. Should be a fun recap of the week one. Lots going on, and as
it's overreaction time.
It's overreaction. Well, it's Tuesday for us. You'll probably hear this on Wednesday. But it's time to get pumped. It's time to get excited about the week. If you guys enjoy this, multiple people are welcome to join on the recording. But for now, there's an advertisement just started to glare on my computer. You're welcome to join. But let's get right to the action, David, with John versus James hanging with Fernandez versus those were droids.
So first most important thing to notice, James has the best team logo picture.
Yeah.
It is I don't think it's even close.
It's hard to dispute that.
I have an Angry Bart Scott that I'm proud of, but his team name, Those Were Droids, ties in with the picture of the sad stormtrooper. It's better than all these chumps who have just little helmets.
I mean, let's be honest, only 4 people have pictures, and one of them is a carryover. Josh is carrying over Mooley's picture, so there's not a lot of competition, but yeah, James is a clear winner.
So really, this is the whole point of this podcast was to guilt trip you chumps into stepping up your picture uploading skills. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
The nice part about this podcast is if we reach 8 listeners, we've reached our full target audience. So that's pretty good. But let's get to the matchup here. James wins 120 some points to 101.
He does. It's always satisfying when Gamroth loses because I feel like he always drafts people I'm interested in. And specifically this year, I'm bitter because I drafted Le'Veon Bell overall, and Le'Veon Bell has not showed up yet to the Steelers, which was my fear, and Gamroth quickly picked up James Conner, and he was his highest score. He got 29.2 points from him. So I'm a little happy James beat him.
So Connor's, the backup to Le'Veon Bell, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. He's basically a B version of, from a skill set standpoint, he's basically a B version of him. So the Steelers don't seem to be missing him too much.
Yeah.
And not to get into that Steeler controversy too much, but I don't know. It is bad news.
I'm a bit worried for you because if they, decide, hey, we don't need to pay him, we got a good replacement. I mean, you're kind of screwed out of your first pick.
Yep, pretty much. This was my fear. I should have taken David Johnson or anyone who would get actual points.
Well, Gamroth has a lot of good options here. I mean, Kareem Hunt you can't blame him for starting him, but as we'll get to later, Tyreek Hill went all over the Chargers.
The cheetah is loose.
And Kareem Hunt wasn't really needed for them to stomp the Chargers, as I'm sad about. But this dark horse here, Adrian Peterson, got a lot of points on his bench, so he may have some tough choices moving forward, but there's hope on the horizon for Gamroth. But as for now...
Not next week, though. He plays me next week.
Oh, then there's a lot of hope for him, actually.
That's true. So props to James. If you look at James' top 4 picks, he just took 4 receivers straight up, and they all did well. So Brown, Green, Evans, Golden Tate, they all scored in double digits. They basically carried him because his running backs are crap. And
James was auto draft, don't forget.
So
people were leaving wide receivers on the board because we had these 2 flex spots.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
I should have auto drafted.
Yeah, we probably should have. That's why I got strong too.
He had a nice balance. I don't think Mike Evans is going to have the Ryan Fitz magic will probably regression to the mean on that one, but Evans is good, but I don't think he's going to always put up 20 points or anything. But It's reassuring when you have balanced scoring.
Yes, for sure. Okay,
So,
well, we'll try to not keep this too long for you guys. So we're going to move right along to the next matchup. Let's do Case of Chub Butt, Thornton versus the Flaming Nachos, Josh. Welcome, Josh, who really made an announcement this first week by scoring the most points of any team. That was an emphatic entrance
yeah, and
by Yoshi.
super balanced. Only Larry Fitzgerald scored single digits for him.
Yeah.
He had Saquon Barkley and Elliott and Gronk, and I can't believe Marshawn Lynch is still scoring points, but even Greg Zerline. And actually, if you track, I don't know if you guys know this, if you go to the matchups, they provide you a little silly recap breakdown.
Yes, I've seen that.
But what is cool is that they actually provide a little chart of like how the scoring went down. So naturally, if you're watching yours, you're very in tune with that. But if you check out Thornton and Yoshi's matchup, Thornton was winning going into Sunday night, and Monday night Yoshi passed him.
Okay.
And a lot of that was Greg Zerline, the kicker, getting 17 points.
Well, there you go. Well, yeah, 2 games on Monday night meant there was some points there. But Thornton did, sorry, Thornton, you may not have given me permission to share this, but he, was a little salty that he was the second highest score in the league and happened to face the first highest. So rough, bad beats for Thornton.
That is.
But it's nice, Yoshi beats his connection in the league. That's pretty nice. And
that's true. That was one of the first things Yoshi said on the thread. His overall goal in life has always been to knock Thornton down a peg or two. So it was a great first start for that.
That's good. And interesting, Yoshi has the talk of the town, Pat Mahomes, and I'm scared with him in, the Chargers division. Russell Wilson always seems like pretty good for fantasy, but I'm curious if Mahomes will keep that up.
Yeah, that's going to be a week-to-week decision.
Right.
It's almost like, we could have had 2 quarterbacks.
Yes, almost. Well, let's not open up that can of worms. And poor Thornton, he had Goodwin, I don't know his first name, San Francisco wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, Goodwin
Close to giant bagel for him. So, he's got room to improve too. I think he may be a force to be reckoned with moving forward.
Yeah, it was an awkward injury. He was trying to cut across the middle and he got collided with somebody and kind of went flying. It was weird. But he came back, but didn't even register a catch or anything.
Okay.
The San Fran speed option. Yeah, Thornton got such a good input from all the Saints guys, which
Kamara, wow.
I mean, if you're gonna load up on one team, that's a good team to load up on.
Kamara, the running back, 34 points. Was that the most by any running back?
Maybe.
We'll see, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So this is one of those. Yeah, Thornton. They both get. Only one guy can win, but Thornton can feel good about the trajectory of his team.
Yep, for sure. That's what I keep telling
you. Jimmy G didn't have a good performance, but I think he's fine. The Vikings are really good.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fantasy staple quarterbacks kind of underperformed, but we'll get to that more. Let's move on to Jake versus
Dornbush.
Dornbush. Wait. Oh, we were talking about Gamoth earlier, not Dornbush. Okay. All right, so Jake wins with 104 points over Dornbush with 88 points.
It's almost as if Dornbush had started a running back that wasn't suspended, he could have maybe been in contention for this game. I don't know, just maybe someone like Carlos Hyde on his bench that scored 12 and a half points.
Instead of 0, that's probably helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another victim of Tyreek Hill's amazing performance was Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah.
Only one reception, basically.
Wow.
So it's I don't know. Kansas City's probably going to score a lot of points this year, but I'm sure they'll spread it around. But week to week, it'll be unpredictable.
Yep. Yeah, Dornbush did get the classic Phillip Rivers garbage time feudal comeback, so 28 points by
Love
Rivers.
garbage time stats. Just as juicy as regular stats.
Yeah, and Jake got the other side of that with Keenan Allen on the Chargers doing well, but he's got Brady, very reliable. One concern for Jake, he's got Leonard Fournette. I'm not sure what his status is, but
yeah, I think it was a hamstring. They were kind of downplaying, but the problem is their backup T.Y. Yeldon did pretty well. So I don't know. My biggest thing with the Jaguars, obviously the defense is great. Blake Bortles is absolute trash. Like every time he throws the ball, he like hops afterwards, like, oh God, where did it go? Oh, did he catch it? Like, and he basically has one-on-one matchups on the outside the whole game. Almost every time, both safeties are in the box, stopping the run. So I feel like Leonard Fournette is going to have a shortened career, even more than the average running back, because of Blake Bortles is so inept. I don't know. Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, is very creative in trying to like create bubble screens, easy crosser over the middle that's super open. I don't know. They should just have Blake Bortles run the ball more. He's just not a natural thrower of the football, and it's frustrating because I feel like most backups are better than him. And I like watching the Jags are a really talented roster, but it's like, come on, Teddy Bridgewater should have got traded to them.
Yeah.
But
so as
anyway,
far
that's my
go ahead.
Blake Bortles rant.
Yeah. Well, as far as Jake's team, Fournette will be something to watch, as you mentioned, whether he gets burnt out. Jake had Kenny Stills for Miami wide receiver on his bench, scoring 22 points. I'm curious, do you know anything about that? He's got several other people, of course, with lesser points. Is that something we recommend Jake go with Kenny Stills, or what does he do?
Yeah, because Kenny Stills is a great deep threat, so it's kind of like the feast or famine situation where, like, because he only had 5 targets, but he caught 4 of them. 2 of them were touchdowns. But it's also that, I don't know, that kind of has that classic, you then swap him in, then he, like, catches 3 balls for 20 yards.
I feel like it's burned me like that in the past.
Yeah. But also, that game was so weird. That was, like, the record-setting game of time because it was, like, 2 rain delays. So, I don't know.
Yep.
As much as that's almost like analyze that game even less than most Week 1 games.
There you go.
I think Jake's roster is pretty solid because he has Peyton Barber, his backup running back, is the full-on starter. So he definitely has, and he's got Tevin Cole. Yeah, I don't know. Josh Gordon also did a little bit, and he's not. He hasn't been suspended since that first game, I guess.
Yeah.
He caught a touchdown, but that was pretty much it. But I mean, he basically was not playing football for, 2 years.
Yeah.
Still fills out a jersey. Guy's an Adonis.
Adonis? What does that mean?
Oh, like your alpha male Greek god body, Adonis.
Oh, okay.
He just...
You've studied that more than me, I guess. But...
Josh Gordon's the kind of guy, he just looks at weights and he gets bigger.
Yeah.
That kind of guy. I mean, there's probably a lot of those types of guys in the NFL. A lot of freaks. I mean that complimentary.
Yeah.
Complimentarily? I mean, as a compliment.
Yeah, they're the freaks for the geeks watching.
Optimism for Dornbush. If he starts guys who are playing, always a good move.
If he pays attention.
Yeah, always a good. Yeah, and I think Hopkins is going to play better. Kelsey's going to play better. Yeah, so his team should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of his running backs, but at the same time, he's got good receivers. He's got Phillip Rivers, so.
He's got Rivers. All right, you ready to do the next matchup?
Yep.
Allie.
We got the hottest person in the league versus the cutest person in the league. And that's Callie versus Ike in that order, to be clear.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't quite clear, so thank you.
I mean, subjective opinions, but,
Sure.
So Callie definitely rode the Drew Brees Saints shootout with.
Yes, we should say
Huge
Callie
performance.
won 102 points to Ike with 93. So congratulations, Callie. Yes, Drew Brees scoring 31 points for her, looking very good. Ike on the opposite end had Rodgers, who, even though had the more heroic real-time performance, real-life performance, playing on one foot.
I was going to say, do you get double? You should get like double or like 3/4 point bonuses because he was doing it on one leg.
Yeah, why don't you check the commissioner settings? We'll see if we can edit that.
It's
Not
gotta
sure
be in there.
your wife will appreciate it, but we can try it out.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, no. Seeing Dion Lewis score 17 points for Cali is a little bittersweet because I drafted Derrick Henry, the other Tennessee Titans running back, before she drafted him. And it's not that Dion Lewis just got receptions; he also got a decent amount of carries, which was very interesting because people mostly think he's a scat back, but he definitely. I don't know. I'm a little worried about that. That he's going to continue to do that, and Henry's just going to be a workhorse, but not score any touchdowns.
Yeah. Did he play for the Patriots last year?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting.
She thankfully she didn't need Amari Cooper to do anything because he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
especially
he did very little. But she's got the Baltimore defense playing what people are projecting to be the worst team in the league, Buffalo.
Yeah,
so it's 19 points for her Baltimore defense. Pretty nice.
I'm not surprised to see. I think he's the best kicker in the league. Justin Tucker for Ike of Baltimore in that same game do really well, and no surprise, Todd Gurley did well. LaShawn McCoy played. There was worry that LaShawn McCoy for Ike would be suspended because of off the field stuff, but he did play. But I mean, not to be cruel to Buffalo, but they have one of the least talented rosters, and it was painful to watch. Nathan Peterman throw against Baltimore.
You got to feel for him.
Yeah, like Baltimore had absolutely zero fear of Peterman throwing it, so McCoy did not have anywhere to run. Plus they're Richie Incognito, their former Pro Bowl guard who has gotten in trouble for all that bullying. I mean, he was really good at blocking, but he's retired now, getting into like some disputes at like a Denny's or something. But
interesting.
That's all I know about that.
So the big miss for Ike here is leaving Emmanuel Sanders on the bench. 19.5 points would have won him the game starting somewhere else on this roster. But I think everybody has someone they left off. I mean, Callie had a Tampa Bay wide receiver, Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson. I mean, that's a classic.
6 points. Wow.
I know. That talk about a game that like not to overreact to. I bet you Deshaun Jackson gets 8 points next week.
Yeah, I mean the Bucs.
Of course, now that I've said that, he's gonna get it.
Well, the entire Bucs New Orleans game was just a little bit crazy. I mean, Fitzpatrick is on. He's a free agent. I'm curious if anyone will jump for him, but
yeah,
he lit it up.
Yeah, they play the Eagles next week, which. The Eagles turn every game pretty ugly defensively, which is what they want to do. But plus, and Ike's got to dump Delaney Walker, he's out for the year. So
sure.
Find a new toy.
Okay. Well, now what everyone has anything else to say before we move to what everyone's been waiting for, our final matchup?
Oh, Callie should also dump Jerick McKinnon.
Okay,
just saying.
He's a
49ers. Oh, he's the 49ers running back who got hurt right in the last play of practice before the season started. He ruined his knee. I mean, unless she's stashing him for future keeper pick. He's not.
Sure.
I'm sure he's not taking up any roster spots because you have an IR spot. Fun fact, everyone, you have an IR spot on your.
We do.
On your roster, so you can drop a guy in there if he gets hurt if you just want to hold on to him.
Oh, I did not know that. Good to know. That's valuable information that this podcast provides. So thank you, Commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now to the pride and glory of my weekends. The
Can't say the
my
same.
matchup versus you, Mr. Commissioner. I take the win with 91 points over you 78. I scored the third lowest total in the league, so I only would have beaten you and one other player.
You would have beaten
Select that
Dornbush, who did.
Bush.
But if Dornbush had started other running back,
Yeah.
you would
So
have been the bottom two. But hey, you can't choose who you play.
that's right. So my two people who carried me were Tyreek Hill for Kansas City, and
Cheetah.
he scored 29 points off 169 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and 4 rushing yards. I was a little sad we didn't score punt returns because he returned one for a touchdown as well, which didn't even score. But that was insane. And then Ajayi for Philadelphia 20. But I had some rough ones. Doug Baldwin scored, didn't score. He got injured quickly. And then the Chargers defense, again, increasing my pain for -3 points. So that hurt.
That was friendly fire though.
Yeah. What do you mean
Mr.
by
Tyreek
that?
Hill did that.
Oh,
But
because friendly fire. Yes,
from
yes,
Tyreek Hill, but Doug Baldwin is not looking good.
yeah.
It seems like it might, because people were worried about it, that he might not start week one, and they were saying he's fine, and now it says it might be a couple of weeks. So
Yeah. I don't know if I'll hold on to him or not, but we'll see. We'll
yes,
see how the Seahawks do.
you got some,
It seemed like
you got some
he'd be
Chargers on your bench.
What's that?
You got some Chargers on your bench.
Yeah.
I mean, you also, speaking of bench players, Chris Thompson on your bench looked really good.
Yes, I'm excited to move him up. And
Yeah, I don't think that's a fluke because he was really featured in that offense.
yeah, seemed like Alex Smith liked him.
Meanwhile, my bench players are all just scrubs or guys who I knew were hurt or suspended or who won't show up to their team.
Yeah, you really don't have any help from your bench. The highest bench score for you was 2.1 points. So, I mean, you really did run your optimal lineup.
Yeah, at least, yeah. So I guess there's no regrets in that regard.
Yeah.
Because Le'Veon, Carson, Sony Michel knew they were hurt. Le'Veon Bell's situation, as we all know. I took Alfred Morris as I knew the starter had gotten injured, so I was like, okay, pick him up. But yeah, whew.
Yeah, your highest scorer was Jacksonville, the defense. So
And
are you feeling good by starting on defense during the draft?
I had no regrets, and thank you for bringing that up. People were making fun of me. But
Yep.
look at this, highest scoring performance, right there.
Well, you're not really helping yourself here because when your defense is the highest score at 15,
that's either probably not the best week to week stat line for my team, but yeah. So I mentioned Derrick Henry. I'm worried about Devontae Freeman, not from his standpoint, but Atlanta's offense was. I know they faced Philadelphia, who's really good, but Sarkisian, the coordinator, he's not Kyle Shanahan, the guy who was there when they won the Super Bowl. He's the coach of 49ers now. So I'm a little worried about the lack of creativity, and Tevin Coleman kind of steals some carries. Jordan Howard looks solid. I'm optimistic about the Bears being pretty good. Roethlisberger, I think he's going to do well. I don't know, that was a hot mess of a game with all the rain, and Myles Garrett kept sacking him.
Yeah, three picks though, and both of our quarterbacks who high outlook on fantasy. I had Deshaun Watson with only 11 points, and you had Roethlisberger with only 9. 3 interceptions, and did he have a fumble?
I don't know if
do we not score the fumbles?
No, I believe they do.
Yeah, it says two fumbles lost. So yeah, that was rough. I mean, he's gonna pick up for you, and
Yeah. I mean, Deshaun Watson, the reason, I don't know, I feel like this is sort of his second half of his rookie season almost, but
yeah,
sophomore one, like, do people have enough tape on him to really stop his strengths? And I don't know.
yeah. You've been warning me about that. That he was gonna have a setback because people didn't know how to adjust to him or
Yeah,
hadn't seen tape.
yeah, and one game, obviously, again, let's not all overreact. Plus, it's New England,
Right.
but so it's yeah. I didn't watch see that game, so I don't know how mobile he was because like you're coming off a knee injury. Hopefully, he can. I mean, his mobility is a big deal because he not that he runs a lot, but he maneuvers a lot.
Right.
Ugh,
Okay. Well,
sick of your balance. I'm just looking at David Johnson just sitting right there. Solid 12.7 points. Those could have been my points.
yeah.
Nice security blanket. I'm
Wait.
really surprised Alex Collins did not do more, considering
Yeah.
you think the starting running back on a team that won 47-3 would like run out the clock and he'd get some more carries.
Yeah, I didn't look closely enough to see if any other Baltimore running backs scored more, but that was a little disappointing, so
Yeah.
we'll
But then
see.
again, sometimes when there's like a beatdown like that, some guys kind of get left out. And like, like when
Sure.
special team scores or other defensive plays
Yeah.
happen, like
He
segue,
did
like
have
when
a
the
fumble.
Jets destroyed the Lions.
Yeah, congratulations, REL. In
Yeah.
the life you have a lot to be happy about, and I talked about the Chargers too much, but it was the reverse of this, so that's why I say,
Precisely, yeah. In real life, maybe the Jets found their
yeah,
franchise quarterback. I'm optimistic about it, which is a
yeah,
weird feeling. In the game, I felt this like, wait, is this optimism? Am I feeling optimistic about this? Is this what fans on other teams feel? And I didn't think about next year's draft the entire game.
Oh wow!
Just a
And that's what
very
it's
new,
been the last couple
very
of
new
years.
feeling. I just rooted for them to win the whole time.
Wow,
So
that's
whole
great.
new world, unless it comes crashing down next week. But
Yeah.
hoping not.
Well, in addition to, well, I'm happy for you. Just to share my own anecdote, in addition to my soul being crushed by the Chargers' actual loss, my soul was also crushed by NFL broadcasting contracts because I just installed a brand new antenna that could get CBS. I've had an antenna for 6 years, and for some reason, well, I know the reason why, but it could get most of the networks, but not CBS. I looked a couple weeks ago, and Chargers was listed as the afternoon game. I was all excited to watch. Turns out only Fox could show an afternoon game this
In
week
this area,
in
or
this area, and so I
oh
did
my
not watch
gosh,
the Chargers. And so I just got to follow the box score as they special teams once again blew it. Um, but there you go. Well, hey, we are at 28 minutes. I don't want to
gotta keep it under 30.
gotta keep it under 30. So I don't know if we'll have time to do much previews for next week.
Yeah, we can
But we
take
kind
a
of
quick
worked that
look.
in. What's that?
Mhm. Oh, I'm just taking a quick look.
Yeah.
Just to give everyone a heads up. So I'm playing Gamroth. Ben is playing Ike. Thornton is playing James. Jake is playing Yoshi, and Callie is playing Dornbush.
Very nice. Well,
So
it'll be fun to see who comes out on top. Our rankings for the week are Yoshi at number 1, James number 2, and Jake number 3. Of course, there are 5 people with a tied 1-0 score, but going by total points for. So that's it for us at the Collusion the Gathering Fantasy Football Podcast. We hope you enjoyed episode 1. And let us know if you want to join in on a recording next week. We'll see when we can do it. Anything else, Gesslin?
no. everybody check your lineups, start your people, and adapt and thrive.
All right, that is us over now.